Greetings, friends, and welcome back to the Small Brand Podcast, where today you're joining us from Tokyo, Japan, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because I haven't been having a very good time. And yes, I'm going to piss off a lot of my viewers. I'm going to really offend you with this one, probably more so than the India opinions, because I just don't like Tokyo. I think it's like harder to find cool shit to do here, or it is, or maybe it's too easy to find cool stuff to do. It's there's too much going on, there's too many people, there's too many whites, and I just want to break it down for you guys today. Okay, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get all the terribly racist rants in the future as I post them. Make sure you get notified. Let's see, where do we begin? Well, I will say I've been in Japan about 9 days, 10 days almost. I landed in Osaka. I did kind of a ambitious drinking video. I did pretty much 3 days straight, just like a booze hound. Went to Tenjin Matsuri. It's like a fireworks festival, one of the biggest in Japan. I think the biggest is actually in Kyoto. But this is like the second biggest one, I think, in Japan. Huge festival. Fireworks and street food and cold beers on ice. Friendly locals. Met up with my buddy Ian. He's a stand-up comic in Austin, Texas. And we've just been booling around Japan, just absolutely getting smashed and calling each other gay in front of the Japanese salaryman. And they absolutely love it. Little travel hack for you. Just call your friend gay and everyone will immediately love you. No, it's been a really good time. I feel like the trip started really well in Osaka. That's just like my bread and butter, man. I don't think I could ever film a bad video there. So in a lot of my drinking videos, I'll just barge into a random bar. And, not every bar that I go into makes the final cut for YouTube. It's not always like the greatest experience, right? I'm not going to include me going in and then having like an awkward, unless it's funny, I'll always include the funny stuff. But if it's just uncomfortable and no one's talking to me and they don't want me to film, then it's not really going to make the video. So, every now and then that will happen. Although I will say most of the times it doesn't happen. But that's always what I'm afraid of. That's the risk that I'm taking when I'm going into these bars, shoving a camera in people's faces when they're just trying to decompress. I understand ethically it's not like the greatest thing, but I do try to do it in like a subtle way and the way that, people feel comfortable. Anyways, all this goes to say, I walked into this one little bar district and it was scary, man. I was afraid that they were gonna, shun me a little bit, or you just never know when you're just walking into a random bar. Again, I don't pick these places out. I don't have a producer. I don't select them ahead of time. I know like a neighborhood that has a good atmosphere and then I just go there. Right. And for all the people in my DMs asking me, oh, what should I do when I go to Japan? What should I do when I go to Japan? Just do that. Just literally do that. I'm not going to give you like a pin. I'm not going to give you like a secret bar that I know about. I'm not going to, give you the coordinates of some like amazing place. It's literally just as you see me filming the video, I am literally figuring it out as I go there. I know the neighborhoods, obviously. I know Osaka very well. But places like Tokyo, I don't fucking know. I have no fucking idea. Even in Osaka, I couldn't tell you the name of any bar I've ever gone to in Osaka. Not one. Honestly, even the bar I worked at in Osaka for 3 or 4 months, I didn't know the name. I never learned the name. I knew the name of the building. I knew the name of the neighborhood. But it's not like in America where there's like a big flashing sign, or maybe there is, but I just can't fucking read it, so I don't even try. So I'm walking down this like random alley, and it didn't seem promising. It was just kind of like a dark kind of, just kind of a shitty little grungy alley. And a lot of these Japanese bars, they're nestled in like a big building, right? So maybe in one building there's like 5 to 15 or 20 bars, right? And you kind of have to go up an elevator and then you have to walk in. And it's not like surveying bars in America where you're walking down like 6th Street in Austin, or you're walking down in College Street in Athens, Georgia, UGA. It's not like that where you can see the atmosphere like from the street. You kind of have to go in and like commit, right? So anyways, I'm just walking into this random building and, but I hear laughter coming from this bar. So I just walk in, and classic Osaka fashion. Everybody just greets me with open arms. They ask me where I'm from. I tell them I lived there. We break down, the cultural barriers over like 7 or 8 beers. We smoke some cigarettes in the corner of the bar. It was actually so funny. They had a smoking corner in the bar, which actually reminded me, it was very nostalgic for like the 90s growing up in America when they used to have, the smoking section in like the Cracker Barrel or something. And that tells you everything you need to know about my socioeconomic status growing up. Going to Cracker Barrel was like, a big deal for us. But anyways, even if they have a smoking section, it's still going to bother everyone. I mean, it's smoke. It billows out of the section into the other section. That's the nature of smoke, ladies and gentlemen. But the idea that in an even smaller bar, by the way, like probably the size of this apartment, really, really, really small bar, 7 or 8 people just jammed in there, and I'm just in the corner smoking. But they have like a little divider, so they feel like they're actually, helping out the other patrons. They're not being rude by smoking right in their faces. They're like, I was like, can I smoke in here? They're like, no, you can't smoke in here, but you can smoke in the corner. I'm like, I don't think that's, okay. I mean, I'm going to smoke in the corner, but I just want you to know that this is doing nothing. This is a little flimsy little plywood. Anyways, that was a great time. I got absolutely smashed. It was probably the most drunk, maybe the most drunk ever on camera I've ever been. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Probably the Myanmar series. I was fucked up. Watching that back, I actually couldn't believe I was still forming like full and complete sentences and not slurring every word because I was so fucked up. Also, it may have been the heat. Maybe the heat was exacerbating the drunk. But who knows? But yeah, dude, this time I was fucking lit in Osaka. This dude I met was screaming in my face. We were just chanting Japanese sayings. I had no idea what they mean. I think I may have hailed Hitler a few times on accident by saying that we lead with our hearts in Osaka. It wasn't this exact gesture, but I think you know what I'm getting at. I had so many beers I turned racist. Yeah, Osaka was the shit, dude. It was just such a good time. It's exactly what I look for when I come to Japan. So I think I did like one day of drinking, and then I went out with those people in Kyobashi. That video's in Kyobashi, by the way. Another example of Kyobashi coming through. It is just the best borough, I guess you could call it, in all of Japan. It's on the Osaka Loop Line. And there's just reliably fun experiences to be had there. You're not going to get the Umeda experience, the really flashy, polished, Hankyu, this huge mall with like designer stores. You're not going to get that in Kyobashi. You're going to get like hostess bars, karaoke joints, snack bars, smoky izakayas, sticky floors, cigarettes inside. It's just exactly what I'm looking for when I come to Japan. And actually, looking back on my life, I can't believe that I was stationed there, for lack of a better word. I can't believe I got a job in the best neighborhood in all of Japan. Or maybe I'm just thinking that it's the best because I lived there and I think fondly of it. But, needless to say, Kyobashi is just the greatest. And I had a lot of fun filming there. So, and then I went Egan. We did Tenjin Matsuri. We called each other gay 1,000 times. The Japanese salaryman loved it. Somebody showed us their cock. I may or may not have got that on camera. You may or may not have to subscribe for the Patreon to view that. If you want to see a Japanese man's dick, I don't know. That's really up to you. The pubes were out of control. I'll just say that. Jesus Christ, Osaka. You come through in so many surprising ways. But anyways, yeah, then me and Egan went from Osaka, and now we're in Tokyo. And I said unfortunately earlier, because I really mean it, I really do not like Tokyo. I don't like it. I don't like where every 5th person is a foreigner. I don't like that I can hear the Midwestern accents, sprinkled throughout Shibuya Station. I don't like that I see fat, sweaty, pink, swollen, confused, jet-lagged American tourists everywhere. Am I describing myself? Yes, I am. But I don't want to see a mirror held up to myself. I don't need that. I want to feel special when I come to Japan. I lived here, guys. I know more than you. All right. I'm better than you. Okay. All right. I'm not just an average tourist, although being in Shibuya does make me feel like that. It makes me feel like a brain dead, jet lagged idiot. And I mean, truly, I am. I am that. I'm trying to pretend like I'm not by coming here and by having taken a job here, 7 years ago. I can say I got in before everybody else. I can say I'm like one of those Bitcoin bros, that got in early, right? But it's not like I have any claim to Japan. It's not like, I make colonizer jokes all the time, but it's not like I can own anything here. I am just a tourist. That is the reality. I, am a drop in the bucket. And you really feel it distinctly, very acutely in Shibuya. I made the mistake. I love Egan. Great guy. Hilarious. Go check him out doing stand-up in Austin. But I followed him to Shibuya for convenience. And god damn it, I don't know if I should have, man. Like, this hotel is in the worst place for someone like me. Like, I don't like crowds. I don't like being around a ton of foreigners. Maybe it's like a developing phobia that I'm experiencing right now, but I don't want to be in a massive crowd of people and not know comfortably that I can escape, right? Like, if I'm jammed in a train car, what if something happens? What if there's a fucking tsunami? There's going to be like a wave of people. There's going to be like, an onslaught. It's going to be like a Travis Scott concert. If something actually really popped off in Shinjuku Station, if there was an earthquake and the ceiling started caving in, that's the last place you want to be, dude. And by the way, the Nankai Trough is expected to create a cataclysmic, apocalyptic, Armageddon-like earthquake / tsunami in Japan in the next 30 years. It's going to happen. So being in Tokyo, being in Osaka, where for sure there's going to be a deadly tsunami soon, is frightening, and my anxiety gets the best of me. For sure. I don't know. Maybe it's the heat, maybe it's the jet lag, maybe it's the million beers I've had during my time here, but I just don't like Shibuya. I really don't. I mean, I know I joke about it in the videos to like get people on my side, drinking in Osaka just to make some friends. But no, sincerely, like, I do not like, Shibuya, Shinjuku. Osaka's cool. Osaka's kind of pretty. What's the one with all the anime and stuff? Weebs, leave it in the comments. What's the neighborhood with all the anime and stuff? I think it's Asakusa. Anyways, I just don't like it, man. It's too intense. There's too many people. Tokyo just sucks balls. It sucks, man. It sucks. And there's so many other places in Japan to go see. Egan and I'll have Egan on my podcast for the next episode. We're going to talk about what we did today, which is batshit crazy. Went to the tomb of Jesus Christ, where he's allegedly born. I saw this Chris Broad video, however many years ago, where he went. And I was like, I want to go do this myself. I think this would be hilarious. And especially with Egan, because he's like kind of a Catholic influencer online. So I just thought it'd be an excellent matchup for our time in Japan. But enough of that. We'll get to that tomorrow. But going out to Hachinohe, where it was, like in the North Japan, in Aomori, almost to Hokkaido, the northernmost island. First of all, it's cooler there. It's like, 5 degrees Fahrenheit cooler, like 2 Celsius cooler, which, it doesn't sound like a lot, but in Shibuya, when it's like 95 Fahrenheit, to go from like 95 to like, I don't know, 86, 87, it's nice, man. It makes a big difference. It really does. It goes from like, I'm, sweltering hot, I'm about to melt on the sidewalk, to like, okay, I could walk around, you know what I'm saying? Put on some sunblock, put on a hat, and I could walk around. It's way more manageable like that, for sure. But not only that, but like the population density, there's nobody out there, man. It's all rice fields, nice people, local trains. They didn't even take fucking the Suica, the Tokyo transit card, that you had to get a paper ticket, right? So going from here, Shibuya, to there, it was so relaxing and rejuvenating. And I just got back, right? I'd literally just closed the door, ripped on the, started the podcast, because it's all fresh. I had to fucking endure Shibuya Station and Shinjuku Station after, having, a paradise-like experience. Okay? You almost had me there. I almost lost my train of thought. I didn't, though, because I'm so fired up. I really don't like Tokyo. I think it's for the pigs. It's for the piggies, the swollen, pink, white, sweaty, hairy, nasty piggies. The lost, jet-lagged idiots. I'm sorry. It's great let me back this up. I don't want to alienate people because I know a lot of people love Tokyo. It's great if it is your first or second, maybe even your third time in Japan. Maybe. But for me, after the first time being here, it lost its charm completely. I mean, yeah, there are some sites that are cool if you go without the tours or, without all the crowds. Like if you go to Asakusa Shrine, beautiful place, objectively beautiful. I understand why it is popular. I really do. I understand. But its popularity has severely diminished the quality of the experience. So what I would suggest is there's a hostel behind Asakusa Shrine. If you dare go to Tokyo, if you dare. There is a hostel behind Asakusa Shrine. It's like a little capsule hotel. Ooh, everybody wants to stay in a capsule hotel. When in reality, a capsule hotel is just a fucking hostel. It's just a hostel. They've just rebranded the idea of a hostel. Ooh, you're in a capsule. You're not in a coffin. You're not in a fucking death trap. Right? They're glamorizing the fact that you can't sit up in your own bed. Right? And there's these viral videos online of all the fucking brain dead influencers doing capsule hotel reviews. It's just a hostel. That's all it is. It's like a cleaner hostel. Anyways, it's besides the point. This is a hostel. It doesn't brand itself as a capsule hotel, but it's behind Asakusa Shrine, or at least it was 2 years ago. If you wake up, if you still have jet lag, you've just landed in Japan, you have jet lag, you wake up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, go to Asakusa Shrine. It's like a 5-minute walk from this hostel. I can't remember the name. I'm not going to look it up. But I think I found it on Hostel World. But guys, that is the way to experience Tokyo. That is the way to experience Kyoto. Wake your ass up early. I don't care how many beers you had last night. You're only in Japan 12 days. Get your ass out of bed and go see some cool shit. Yes, you will be exhausted, but your future self will thank you, okay? If you dare go to Tokyo, if you dare, all right, I know a lot of you will go. Statistically speaking, a lot of my viewers will enjoy Tokyo. I understand. I've had some good times in Tokyo myself. I really have. But you just gotta get way more crafty with getting off the beaten path. And you know what? In a lot of these places, they're not gonna be pumped to see you. Like if you're in Umeda in Osaka, or if you're in fucking, in Shibuya, at Shibuya Crossing, you think those motherfuckers, those Japanese people working there are gonna be excited to see you? Do you think they care where you're from? Do you think they find you interesting whatsoever? They don't. It's just, there's so many people, it's turned into like India, right? I know that's fucking sacrilege to say on this podcast, and I apologize. I really do. But people just see you as a wallet, like you're a business opportunity, right? And I'm not saying you're gonna get scammed or hounded by touts, unless they're, you get scammed by the Nigerians in Roppongi. That's another story. Or in Amemura in Osaka, there's some shiesty club barkers. I think they're called barkers, where they try to get you to come into their club, promoters, whatever. I'm not saying that's going to happen in Shibuya Crossing, but you realize, like, there's just so many people, they can't care about you. They can't find interest in you. You are just a number, right? And everywhere is crowded. And all the menus are in English. Guys, if you see a menu in English, look, I get it. You don't always want to challenge yourself. Trust me, I know. I've had Japanese curry 5 times in the last 9 days. Okay, I understand. We are creatures of habit, and we want to be, have predictable feeding schedules and know that the food's going to be good. And maybe you don't want to always eat adventurously. I get it. Okay, I understand. This is the guy. I'm the guy that had McDonald's 3 times a day, 5 days a week in China. Okay, I understand not wanting to challenge yourself. But just every now and then, just go into like a little smoky yakitori place, right? Maybe not in Tokyo, man. Maybe, I don't know, or just find a neighborhood in Tokyo that is less well-trodden, is the best way I can put it. Find like a boutique hotel, just kind of out of town. Like, don't stay in Shibuya, man. Staying in Shibuya is not the move. Yes, it's very convenient, but in Tokyo, the cost of convenience is just motherfuckers all over you, man. Like on the train, me and Egan today from Hachinohe took the train, and we started kind of far out, like in Saitama. Took the Shinkansen to Saitama, took a local train from Saitama to Shibuya. And as we're going from Saitama, like northwest of Tokyo, as we're going from there, the train is just getting more and more and more and more crowded until the point where I'm like doing one of these things where I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, fucking man spread with my, wide shoulders. Like, I don't know what to do. It's like my social anxiety just kicks in and I just feel like I'm ruining the country for everyone. I just have this incredible self-loathing that can only be brought to you by spending an extended period of time in Japan. Guys, come to Japan so you can hate yourself and think you're always wrong in every social situation. All right? I don't know if I'm promoting social anxiety, but I sure as hell have it. And especially in Tokyo, it is debilitating, man. I want to die in Shibuya Station. I want to strap a bomb to myself and blow up Shinjuku Station. Japanese government, I'm not going to do this. This is for comedic purposes, okay? I'm just playing around. But I don't like it. It's just not for me. So, again, if you must come to Tokyo, do it, I guess. But again, guys, like if you're going to Japan for 12, 13 days, don't go to 5 cities, man. Don't go to Osaka 2 days, Tokyo 2 days. Like, pick your fucking battles, man. You don't have to see it all. You really don't. You could go to Osaka for 6 days, go to Tokyo for 6 days, right? Again, I'm not promoting Tokyo, but I'm for sure not promoting this like incredibly fast-paced travel, right? I don't know, man. What the fuck do I know? I mean, the more I travel, the more I realize the less I know. So I really, who the fuck am I to even say? But I just, Tokyo, it's in all the rap songs. It's in, the culture. Everybody talks about it. It's in the, cultural zeitgeist in the West. We're obsessed with Tokyo. It's this glamorous place. And I just don't get it, man. Like the regular Japanese salaryman, you'll see it on the train when you come here. Aside from all the sightseeing and drinking and clubbing you'll do when you come here, those little moments on the train, you see the salaryman just hanging out on his flip phone, just like fucking looking at tits or whatever, like reading manga. Like, that's the Japanese experience. It's not like a glamorous place. I mean, I guess Shibuya is. We saw some Rolls Royces and we saw some folks doing some strange like Lamborghini street choreography. I don't know. That's the only way I can put it. Like this guy was like driving down the street, revving his engine. The cop would come up and like yell at him. And then he would kind of go off and then like slowly creep. And then the cop would creep behind him. It was like a weird kind of like feng shui tai chi dance that they were doing. It wasn't a high speed chase, but it was like, I have no idea what's going on. Japan is just a fucking enigma. But again, guys, those moments that you bring home with you are not going to be those peak experiences of, oh, we did Shibuya Crossing. We did this. Oh, look at my Instagram reel of us doing Shibuya Crossing. First of all, don't say you're doing it, okay? It's never done. It's never accomplished. It's never fucking checked off. Okay, that's not how you should view life. You should view life as a collection of unique experiences that you're, cataloging for when you're old and you can't walk anymore and you have this amazing library of memories. That's what it's for. It's not for like, oh, we did this. Look at my fucking reel, right? It's for those small moments on the train where you see the old Japanese lady kind of, creep on board slowly with a little walker. And then you see like a Japanese man give up his seat for her. And you're like, oh, wow, what a considerate society. Or you see everyone waiting at the crosswalk, right? It's these moments that you're going to take with you. These are the special nuggets of life that make travel special. It's not Shibuya Crossing. Okay, I spoiler alert, that's not it. That's not it. It's cool to show your friends, maybe put it in a scrapbook, right, for the memes, but again, I just don't think that's what it is. You go to Japan for those small moments. Me and Egan today were on the train yesterday from Tokyo to Hachinohe. So it's 3 hours, give or take, on the train. And, it's getting really rural, right? And it was actually so rural, they didn't take our Suica cards. We had to get a physical, a little ticket. So we get the ticket to the train, whatever the fuck, the conductor or whoever the fuck, I don't know, station master, I'm not sure. We hop on the train, and in Shinjuku or like the Chuo line in Tokyo, those lines of those trains have, I don't know, 10, 15, 16 cars, right, going all at once, right? It's a collection of more than 10 trains at least. But here it was 2. Hachinohe was 2, dog. It was 2, and it had a kerosene engine, I think, or it's like some kind of oil it was burning, diesel, I'm not sure. But it was a very rustic, and it's like those moments where like, wow, I didn't know this was here. Wow. I've been in Japan plenty of times and stuff like that still surprises me. And that's why I keep coming back. It's not for these like amazing Instagrammable moments. It's for these like quirky, like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Like, that's so interesting. Or like you have a conversation with somebody. It's like, oh, yeah, my mom's half Filipino and my dad's Japanese. And oh, yeah, we go to mass every Sunday in Japan. I'm like, holy shit. Like, this is, there's just a whole collection of experiences to be had here. And it's just a shame being in Tokyo, seeing all these mindless drones just doing what Instagram told them to do. Right? Anytime you see a restaurant in Japan on Google rated like 4.8, 4.9, do not go. It's all tourist reviews. They cater to tourists. It's going to be kitschy. It's going to be overpriced. It's not going to be that good. You want to go somewhere. This is a travel hack. You want to go somewhere with like between 3.2 to like 4.2 at the most 4.2 stars. Because anything above that's going to have the white person inflation rate. The Japanese are very harsh, very critical of their restaurants. Daisuke, the guy I worked at his ramen shop, I think he had like a 3.9 and that was like astonishingly good. So anything above that, just be very, very cautious. But you go on Google Maps and all these restaurants, fucking, oh, amazing, best food I've ever had. I want that real shit, man. I want the real actual critique of the restaurant. Japanese people are so savage. I saw reviews for restaurants that were actually glowing. They were like, actually, this is amazing food. It's great. And I was a little far out of the way. The interior could be nicer. 2 stars, right? And again, that's starting with the premise of this food is delicious. I love this place. I would come back. 2 stars. That's how savage they are, okay? So stay away from all these fucking places. 5 stars. It's don't be fooled. Don't be fooled is what I'm getting at. And don't be fooled into coming to Tokyo and feeling like you have to have a canned generic experience. If you want that, if you want to do it, but don't feel the pressure from Instagram or me or from anybody to have any kind of, you have your experience, all right? That's why you travel. That's why you come to Japan. Look, if you're here for 10, 11, 12 days, you have limited time. You have to choose wisely, right? So don't just take my word for it. Don't fucking follow whoever the fuck big titty Instagram girl going to Shibuya Crossing because you think you'll be cool like her, because you won't be. You're going to be fucking lame going to Shibuya Crossing. Dude, I was in a taxi the other day and we just got caught by the red light at Shibuya Crossing, right? So we're at the front of the line. And I just see the madness unfold. I see, everybody with their selfie sticks getting ready. The light turns green. They all go, right? It's just this weird, like, what are you even filming, really? Like, what is this? Like, you're all tourists. This isn't like a special Japanese experience by any means. Like, I'd say more than half of the people are tourists. And by the way, the light turns red for the brain dead fucks to stop walking across the sidewalk or the crosswalk, and they continue doing it. And there's jaywalkers everywhere. So they've come all this way to Japan to have a Japanese experience and then don't even interact with Japanese people and then are not even obeying the rules of Japan. Right? I think this is why foreigners are getting such a bad rap in Japan right now, is because they don't want to follow the rules. They're loud. They don't want to learn any of the culture. It's just, I think I'm becoming a racist against my own kind, against the foreigners in Japan. The Southeast Asians, they're good, humble people. They come here to learn. They come here to make money, right? And Japanese, the government, the people, the society, they need workers to come in and kind of fill those gaps in the workforce that are happening from the aging society. But us, the whites, what the fuck are we contributing other than money? Literally, what are we? I mean, I guess you could say I'm like promoting some kind of alternative travel in Japan to like get outside the city. I guess that's like a possibly a net positive. But before I was a YouTuber, I was still just a mindless fuck here. I was just like getting hammered, passing out on the curb. Just didn't bother to learn the culture or the language for a long time. Actually, I was adamant when I came here to not learn it. I was like, I don't need it. I'll figure it out. I mean, I did figure it out, but that was by studying and fucking writing out my hiragana every day. So I don't know. Long story short, guys, just stay away from Tokyo. It's not worth it. Or, go to the outskirts, go to like some quiet little sleepy villages, or, at least Saitama. Just get out. Just get out there, man. Like, it's not worth the convenience, because the convenience comes at a heavy price of your mental health and your personal space. And, you just can't feel like the main character. And I guess when I travel, I just want to feel like the main character, honestly, if I'm being completely transparent. I want to feel special. And you will not be special if you come to Tokyo. You will be a drone. You will be a cog in the machine. You will be a brain dead piggy. So just stay away. All right. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.